Yeah. I mean, I know like through time where it will actually like manifest through time, not just because I thought about it, but actually because I live about it. And I ain't really putting no time limit on it, but I just know what destination I'm supposed to be going to. So at the end of the day, that's just where I'm gonna go, to be a gatekeeper. I really just, the thing is, like, I would like to educate us as black people. You know why? Because to some degree, when it comes to our music, it isn't educating enough. It educates us in other ways, but it would keep us in poverty to some degree because of our mindset. And a lot of
most records only give you one quote to live by that's positive.
Exactly.
Or average, if that.
Exactly. And then next thing you hear about rappers dying, and why is that only with our race? You know, and it's like the thing that I feel like, I don't know where I'm going with this. No, but I'm
with you.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's got to be something different. It's got to be something different.
Well, see, the thing is, I believe that everything's cyclical, and I believe that I've heard actually people say, what's the name just said it? Busta Rhymes just said it. He said, when I'm talking to these companies, they saying that they don't want this music because y'all are killing each other and y'all messing up business, and they can't do this, that, and the third to follow through with business. This is a real thing. It's gonna go from expanding the numbers to fucking the numbers up.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna fuck them up for the percentage of people that participate in that kind of rhetoric or whatever have you. Because what they gonna do is box your 13% ass out.
All right.
You know what I mean? It's quick to ignore you. Like, the switch is on right now and it's flowing. The water is running. But as soon as they decide that it ain't worth the hassle and they can't get life insurance on all of y'all,
I know what that means. It's lights out.
We got to figure something else out. But like I was saying though, you could figure out that Jesus walks. You see what I'm saying?
Well, it's crazy that you said that, because I, like, me as a solo artist,
got it already?
I got a gospel album coming.
Dope.
I got a gospel album coming. I feel like that's my calling. Even though I be out in the world, I do other things like how the world be and whatnot. But deep down inside, I know I'm really different. Like, and when I say,
you gotta be solo too, though.
Yeah, it is. It is why, because I feel like it's my calling. Like when people say, "Oh, you got a gospel album coming," like, you don't even look like you will be doing a gospel album.
That's why I'm excited.
Yeah, so it's like when you said the Jesus Walk thing, I'm like, yo, I feel as though I would be like that. Like, I mean,
we played Mary Mary on Power 99.
Yeah, they played Mary. They did Kurt Franklin and all that. But like
Jasmine, no, Yolanda.
Yeah, they did them too. And but when you really think about it, it doesn't make me more holy because I'm doing a gospel album.
No.
It just, because the gospel industry ain't no different than the normal Hollywood industry.
Business
truthfully,
is
business. So that like, what goes on behind closed doors is pretty much the same thing that goes on.
Yeah.
But I'm doing this for God.
Energy.
Yeah.
You put energy out there.
You put that energy out there. I'm honestly doing this for God, and also I'm doing this because I feel like it is my purpose. Why? Honestly, I want to do it now, but there was a time where I actually didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be that person to put out the gospel. I didn't want to be that person to actually make this type of music for a change. I used to always like complain about it, or somebody need to do this and be that, and I'm looking for somebody else to do it. And I'm like, yo, how could I be looking for someone else to do it? And I'm the one that needs to be doing it. I'm the one that needs to be the change. Like Michael Jackson said, man in the mirror.
If we're going to talk about business being business, it's bag over there.
Correct.
And it's huge. And for good and bad purposes, they would love to exploit you over there, which means you can get paid to do what you're doing for God. You know what I mean? And that's not first and foremost, but that's something that people don't realize. Them numbers over there is like country music. They getting paid. You know what I mean? They stay at them churches, pay. Just like you ask any comedian that could do churches. That church bag different.
I ain't think about that.
Cursing anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because black church will give you what?
There you go.
You might can say bitch.
No cap.
If you say it in the right connotation. But
like, did he just say that? But yeah, no. Absolutely, and that's exactly how I feel about it, because I might not look like the average gospel artist. I just didn't want to be traditional.
That look like you. They just ain't on TV.
They ain't on TV. I agree.
How many preachers came from prison? You mean to tell me it's not nobody singing that look like us?
For real?
For real.
That's true.
Like, it don't even make sense. I think my mom pastor was locked up at one. I gotta double check before I start spreading lies. But I know one of them was. I don't know if it was this one.
Correct. But when you really think about it, like me being a singer, right? People expect for me to like do R&B. I could do R&B a little bit, but I ain't really like the biggest on R&B. I like to listen to it, but I'm still trying to decipher what type of artist I am. As far as when I say type of artist, I mean like, am I an R&B artist? Am I like a pop artist? Am I a gospel artist?
Hold up.
Inspiration.
Time out.
Yeah.
We in the age of Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
You whatever the fuck you feel like long enough to make a project.
And I agree. But
we in the age of Drake.
Some people feel like
age of Nicki.
You gotta have that niche.
Motherfuckers be who they feel like
exactly.
For a vibe, and if they could get 8 out of it, they drop 8 of them. And you know that's what it is right now.
You know, I like how you put that though.
That's true.
That's true. That is true.
The age of Aquarian, like it's just.
And that's why that's why artists today is versatile. Mm-hmm. But
because you see, they all dropping dancehall records and stuff like in club and different tempos and stuff like. What you inspired by, you get the production to do it, vibe to it, and sometimes you can nudge production a little bit. Sometimes you can do something that they just ain't expect to hear on it.
They ain't expect to hear on it.
And that's how you bridge the gap.
But the thing about it is, it all started with gospel music. Mm-hmm. The roots of it started with gospel music. Then it went from Sam Cooke doing gospel music. He jumps into R&B, rhythm and blues. Mm-hmm. They called it devil music. The reason why they called it devil music is because they didn't understand it. Anything people don't understand, they might call it evil. So they called it devil music, but he came in with rhythm and blues. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for him the thing about
God,
you're not
sipping, by the way. I caught you.
I know. I'm just taking my time with it.
I'm just saying. I ain't rushing you, but I noticed that I ain't seen them levels change.
Yeah, the thing about God is that while everybody else saying, "Oh, this is bad," God has a bigger plan. So he called Sam Cooke out, do these type of records. He brought out James Brown, Michael Jackson, other people down the line that we wouldn't even imagine it coming out that way. But now today, it birthed hip hop. So today, hip hop is booming, but people saying R&B is dead a little bit. It ain't really. I feel like. This is my personal opinion, and I don't give a fuck what anybody think. No. I feel like it need to go back to gospel music. Then it's going to bring back a sound of R&B in this generation. It's going to bring back a sound of R&B.
I like that idea. I also think that what we spoke to earlier about gatekeepers worrying about the wrong shit.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason that we have the idea that R&B is dead. The same reason that we thought hip-hop was dead. Well, not that we thought, but that was the vibes.
Right.
At one point was because of what was getting fed,
right.
Not what people were producing. I'm local. I'm in these spots. I'm watching people try to get their shit off and come up. I see motherfuckers still giving it up on a high level.
Right.
And then we know people that have had careers and they might not be at the same height they are, but they still doing it. They still writing fire.
Right.
They still have a connection to the label, but they not checking for that.
They not checking for that. And it's out there. It's out there.
I mean, it's still on SoundCloud and on all the distribution.
Right.
But it's not going to come. You're going to have to search for it.